Hello everyone, this is the Abundance Oracle here. Please like, subscribe, and share, especially subscribe because I have a goal for the end of the year. So if you can help me out, I'll try and help you out. Okay, today we're going to talk about the abundance of lifelines. What does that mean? Well, it means creating lifelines for finance, so teaching your kids how to build a very strong and resilient finance portfolio and learning about finance, etc. Okay, second thing, physical assets. What are you putting your money into buying? The physical assets that you can buy. How to store them, where and how to access things, safes, food, vehicles, food gardens, etc. Example, I will tell you as we go on. Okay, so this will start out from the top, finance. Let's say you're a parent and you're not very good with finances. Well, how are you going to pass that down to your kids? I would like to say, if you don't know, it's a perfect opportunity for you to share. Now, let's just say the kids are younger. So, okay, Robert Kiyosaki, did I say that correct? Kiyosaki? Anyway, you know who I'm talking about, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He has a game called Cash Flow for Kids. And it might be good if you're both learning about cash flow and the way the world actually works instead of what you're told how it works, then it might be good for both of you to buy that game and learn from it. If they're younger than that, he has a comic book that I don't think there was only 2 or 3 comics, but you can get that and you can read it when they're very young and teach them about money very, very early on in their age. Robert Kiyosaki has written a very honest and open book, game, comic about how the world actually works versus what you're taught in school how it works. So I think that's very good to teach your kids, and it will teach them that they can produce on their own and they can have a lifeline because they'll learn what actually is long lasting in an asset and what isn't, and what can be wiped out in bad times. Because if you know it or not, there's cycles of good times and bad times, and you need to know how to operate your finances in both. Okay. Physical assets. So you can teach them about the physical assets once you learn yourself, or if you already know, that's great. Physical assets they can buy and use and retain to keep their wealth without a lot of risk or with a lot of risk. And they'll have to decide. If you already have a base of family wealth, you might allow them or teach them that it's okay to take a part of that and go into some venture capitalism, investing in companies that you think are going to do well but have a chance of not doing well. Until that time, I suggest you invest your money in things that you physically can keep to yourself. So whether that's a backup supply of 3 to 6 months of cash, we're still in physical cash right now. Pretty soon we're going to, I think, be forced into cryptocurrency, which unfortunately then there is no ability for you to have personal control over that. There'll be rules and opportunities for which you have to follow by the rules of what the government sets up for you. But currently, you can take cash and make sure you have a backup supply for yourself. You can also invest in conservative things or aggressive things. You can, I'm going to say, things that you might want to store that are physical assets could be gold and silver. Copper maybe even is going up a lot, but you could invest in commodities that you yourself can vault or buy an outdoor vault in which you bury it in the ground, or however you want to take care of your security. But if you don't have it in your hand, if you're buying EFTs or things that a broker would sell you, if he's not giving it to you, then they're not really yours, because they can manipulate that. And over time, it looks like they're going to be manipulating it even more. So I recommend then, after you have your backup 3 to 6 months supply of being able to pay bills, then you can get some of that gold and silver. Make sure it's from a reputable company. I don't get any compensation any longer for any of those companies, but I do know there's quite a few, and you can look into them. Make sure they're quoting you properly, and you are able to receive them in physical form. A lot of brokers can't sell them, can't give you the assets, because it then goes out of control as a financial instrument. So check out also coin shops if you have in your town, and ask around, how's the reputation? Are they just as good when they sell or buy? Have they been around for generations? Because remember, when you go to buy, it's one thing. When you go to sell, it's a whole nother thing. Okay, anyway, you can also, let's say you have connections, someone in your family or someone in your family is very good friends with someone that sells gems, rubies and diamonds and sapphires. There are other stones like that you might be able to purchase and keep in your vault. All right. So how do you store these? You got to be very careful how you store all this stuff. That's a whole nother research job for you to do. And I'm not here to tell you how to store your things to keep them safe. There's other things that might be hard at some point in time to get that would be protectionary, if you know what I mean, for you. So you might want to learn about those things as well. All right. In this conversation, I don't have time to go through everything, but right down below, if you want to hear about any of this: safes, food storage, vehicle storage, learning about food gardens. There's a lot of things in the old days, and I'm going to promote another channel right now. I don't get compensation for anything I do here, nothing. It's called Nature's Lost Vault, and they are very good about disclosing historical plants that have been classified as weeds, so that you're trying to kill them off, and yet some of those weeds that you're killing off are more filled with vitamins and minerals than anything that you're eating from your grocery store. So check them out. Nature's Lost Vault. And it's on YouTube is how I follow it. I think you might be able to find them on Facebook too. They're very informational. Okay. So I'm going to tell you about, what time is it? Not 10 minutes already. Okay, I'm not going to give you an example from Crazy Nana. You know I love to give you Crazy Nana stories. Okay, love you tons. Please like, subscribe, and share.